What's cracking, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. New video. Last night I was drinking. I was live with you guys. We were having a great time, and I went off. I went off on one of my victims that I went to prison for. And I said in the past, recently, I said that man at the end of the day has every right to say whatever he wants to say. Because of what I did. I shouldn't have bit. I'm human. But I want to let people know, whoever saw the live, who didn't, who will see the trolls replay it. It doesn't, look. Here's the reason why I get so passionate when this individual says what he says. You know, it's been over 30 years that this happened. And lives were destroyed. Families were destroyed. It should have never happened. And let me break this down to you. So let's see what you think. So the night before my case happened, there was a party on the outskirts of my neighborhood, actually down the street from where my case occurred. This is the outskirts of the West Side. Right. And just so happened, two dudes from my neighborhood were across the street at the junior high, La Cumbre Junior High. They were waiting for the homies to come pick them up. They noticed the party going on. They were like, hey, homies, hold on. The homies are partying. Well, they went into the party. Turns out it was a rival neighborhood that was having that party. Long story short, dude from my neighborhood, wicked, he calls everybody out. Now, my victim, his little brother, his younger brother, who I never met before, I got to give him credit, he's got heart. He was at the party and he stood up to Wicked. Wicked's a big dude, known for his knockouts. Always had a gun on him, right? He stood up to Wicked. They didn't realize there were two dudes from the West Side in there. They thought Wicked was by himself. The other homie, he was in the corner. And he had already, by that point, he was from the Loquitos, got jumped out of the Loquitos because he just wanted to be West Side, because within the neighborhood, there were homies that used to trip on, click tripping, even in the neighborhood, right? So he wanted to be able to party with whoever. He was dressed more kind of like a tagger. So they didn't know he was with Wicked. So Wicked tells these dudes, hey, let's go outside. Wicked goes outside. They had planned on jumping him. Again, they didn't know that Clumsy was from the West Side, the one in the corner. As they went outside, the homies they were waiting for, the homies that they were waiting on to pick them up, happened to pull up right when they went outside. This was some frivolous, non-fucking violent ass, it was a fight, man. When the fight was over, my victim's younger brother, he got stomped out, I think. Something like that. I don't know. It was nothing serious. He had a broken bone. I don't know if it was his broken arm or broken leg. Something broke, right? Now, my victim, he could have easily, so what he did is he got a group of family men. We're all teenagers. The next day, when the case happens, we're all teenagers. There was 14 of us that happened to be there, right? We're celebrating the baptism of one of the homies' sons. That's what we were doing. We weren't out trying to gangbang nothing. This dude, my victim, he didn't get his homeboys. He got a bunch of family men, grown men, 29, 30 years old, to come into the West Side. At that time, the most dangerous place in the city. They came 3 times. The third time, they came on foot. In court, it was said that they parked their car a mile away and they walked over there all dressed in black, right? And the case has been adjudicated. Nobody can get, only person that could get in trouble was me, right? They all told on me, all of them. So, but when they came, they tried to come into the apartments. We chased them out to the corner. See, they tried to lie and act like they were walking by and gunshots went off. No, everybody that was there knows the truth. Everybody. We chased them out to the corner. I personally was doing the talking. Who are you? We didn't recognize not one of them. Who are you? Do you realize where the fuck you're at? Like we ain't playing no games around here. Now, because we saw these were older dudes, again, they came 3 times. The first time when we saw them and they said they'd be back, we went and got guns. We're not playing when it comes to older cats. Nope. So when they came the 3rd time on foot and I was talking to them, my victim, the one that was in my chat last night, the one that likes to talk all the papas, all he had to keep in mind, there was 14 of us there, young gang members, used to fighting. There was 5 of them, and you could tell these dudes were used to drinking. We would have beat the dog shit out of them if that's what they wanted. But my victim, all he would have had to do was say, hey, Holmes, keep in mind, my victim has family from my neighborhood. All he had to do was call out Wicked. Hey, Holmes, yesterday, my brother got beat up on. I want to get down with you. Wicked would have knocked him out. Wicked's a rat. He told on me in my case. Everybody knows that. Doesn't take away from the fact he would have dropped that dude. Easy. That's all it would have took. Hey, Holmes, I want to head up with this dude for what happened to my brother yesterday. Everybody been like, go ahead. Let's go in the apartment so nobody sees it. No. What he decided to do was take a step back and reach into his waistband and yell, what's up then? Okay, guns come out then. That's when the guns came out. Period. All he had to do was ask for a head-up fight. He'd have got it, and everybody could have walked away. He didn't want that. He reached into his waistband. Whether he had a gun or not, we never saw it. But that decision of his, the decisions he was making throughout the day to drink and get drunk all day, he went and asked his homeboys to come with him to the west side. They told him, hell no, they're going to be waiting for you. So then he decided to go get family men, dudes that had wives and kids, and bring them to the worst part of the city, even though it was the outskirts. He decided to reach into his waistband for a pretend gun, or I don't know what he had back there. That's why I get so mad when he talks all that shit. He knows what happened that night. Everybody that was there knows what happened that night. His own friends, I'm sure, would probably tell him, hey man, shut up and let that go already. Because they know he's the reason why everything happened. My victim should be alive today. I accept my part. I was wrong for what I did. You came into my neighborhood 3 times. I asked you to leave. We were willing to let you leave. We were willing to whoop your ass. You reached into your waistband yelling, what's up? On the west side. I don't know what you were thinking. Then you ran and called the cops. You testified against me in court. You could have just told the cops it wasn't me. You could have got on the stand and said, I know for a fact it wasn't him. I would have got right back out. No, you told on me. Let it go already. I don't like talking about this stuff. I honestly feel bad about what happened. You won't let it go. And I think it's because of the guilt that you have, because you know you brought everybody to us. You could have just got down with this dude. Wicked. It's unfortunate, man. It really is. I want to say I'm sorry to every one of my victims. I want to say I'm sorry for even biting into the bullshit last night. But there's a reason why I'm passionate when this individual talks shit. It should have never happened. He should have never brought family men. And we should all just let that thing die. We all suffered. We all hurt in our own ways. That's my video for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Everybody, please be safe, be smart, and tell the ones you love that you love them, man. I'm out of here.